Alright, so got LakerFan here. As I was about to tell today's video, I found my Curry stopper in NBA 2K23. So, in today's video, you're going to see I'm playing against Bonnie. He is the owner of the Steph Curry team, and I gotta say that Steph Curry just goes so crazy for this man. Looking at some of his recent games, understand that some of these get simmed because the games just don't count sometimes when you load out of them. It's just a bug that happens in Myleague. But for the games that have counted, you're going to see Curry is absolutely chucking shots for Bonnie. He has 43 on Salt in the win that he got in the game 3 of their series the round before this. And then also, as you can see, ended up losing. But and definitely no shots left unturned as far as Curry goes. I mean, 11 for 30 on 4 TOs. I mean, in a lot of these other games, as you can see, he got 39 shot attempts, 49 shot attempts. He's got 29, 36. Well, unfortunately, our game got simmed in the regular season because I didn't get to save it, but I did beat Bonnie in the reg season. But again, as you can see, in most of the games that actually counted, it is the games that he actually has a ton of shot attempts. I mean, like, there's no way he ended a game actually shooting 5 for 9 with Curry. It's not happening. As you can see, the discrepancy of these, like 33 shot attempts, 35, 29, 36. And then the game didn't count against Tonic, but Curry had 80 in this one in an overtime that he actually lost to Tonic because Ja Morant was going crazy with the dunk meter. But really quick, for like 10 seconds, I'm going to show you surrounding cast around Curry, so you can see Bradley Beal is his secondary ball handler. He's got Brogdon and Reeves as like the backup bench guards, so to say. Who he's actually going to be starting in today's game is going to be Miles Bridges, Kenyon Martin, and then he still has, all the way down at the bottom of the roster, Taco Fall starting at center for him with Moses Brown off the bench. You can see he's just two gigantic big bodies pretty much. But featured in today's video is my Curry stopper, and that is going to be OG Anunoby. So as you can see, this is my 3rd round pick in our draft. He has silver interceptor and silver ankle braces, menace, stuff like that. He's got a lot of like meaningless silver badges as far as defense goes, besides interceptor. But you can see a lot of budget bronze badges, and this is something that not a lot of players have in this league, and it's just hard to find locks in general. So someone that has good speed, good height, good length, and can still contest shots, and is good enough like as far as the speed goes, as I already mentioned. But bronze challenger, bronze clamps, bronze glove. That is definitely like something that carries a little bit as far as being able to be used. Not to mention, as you can see, he had 7 shooting badges, a lot of good ones I must mention. Like, he's got blinders, catch, claymore, corner, green, all types of stuff. They're very important shooting badges. Plus, again, 82 3-pointer, 85 dunk. He's got a good dribble style, all that type of stuff. Curry's going to be matched up on him a lot too, so we're going to go into him on offense a tad bit. But as you can see, the defense though, 76 interior, 87 prim D, 83 steal with 60 block, and he also has great lateral quickness at 87. His speed is also still pretty doable at 81. His acceleration, again for offensive purposes, is still good. His strength, solid, and vertical, 85. So, getting into the gameplay, I hope you guys enjoy. If you do, for to drop a like, sub if you're new to noties, all that good stuff. And like always, try to want to like 600 or 700 likes. So, coming out the gate, we have OG on Curry, but as you are going to see, Curry is a problem. Real quick too, I do not mean to impede the gameplay too much, but I did tell people I was going to show you guys the sliders of this league real quick, just to give you a little bit of a mind frame for how this league is going to work. So, I made it to the mid-range and 3-pointers, are tuned up as far as like being able to be more makeable, and obviously didn't want to do too much to help the inside shots, because obviously paint mashing, it is what it is already. But shot coverage impact, I also turned down. I made it so you can still make contested shots a little bit more. We also did things like, for instance, the jump shot defense, gather strength, or the release strength. I turned both of those down to 40 as well. I turned things like acceleration up to 60 to make it so people are a little bit more movable with the ball in their hands. Stamina up to 75, so we don't have constant subs of like your bench getting nearly like the identical minutes of pretty much your starters. And then I also made the fatigue rate down to 40, because again, that's also going to influence that. And lastly, I ended up changing the shot foul tendency, especially a lot. So shooting foul was at like 80 by default. I changed it down to 50. I turned a lot of other foul tendencies down quite a bit too, because nobody wants to see that garbage. So I apologize for all those little cuts and stuff like that, but back into the gameplay to show you once again that green that Curry just hit right there. That is the switch on right in his face, and this is the power of Curry. This is why he is so unstoppable in this league, is because no matter the great defense you play or anything like that, it really comes down to, does Bonnie miss the shot or not? And that's just the struggle you're going to live with. But as you can see, we got my Harden and Zach LaVine combo right here. We're going to the easy, quick pick and roll already off rip. You can see I'm trying to attack certain matchups. And as you can see, Bonnie ends up with Obi Toppin on the court. He's also got Miles Bridges. He's got like the Kenyon Martin Jr. too, and Taco Fall. So a lot of dunk meter capabilities surrounding Curry, and obviously a couple people capable of shooting as well to make it harder for me to double team him. But I'm still going to be living with the game plan of make someone besides Curry beat me. So while OG is my Curry stopper, we're going to have quite a bit of double teams coming in this. So we're coming out the gate already with Zach attacking Taco Fall, like 7'6" and everything, but his interior D is obviously not the greatest, so it's kind of a placebo a little bit. It's going to help him with rebounds a lot, just the size that he has, but it's not like the end all be all. It's not some unstoppable force, but as you can see, he is actually moving pretty quick for 25 excel, 25 speed. He's also got 25 prim D. We're going to be attacking him in pick and roll quite a bit with this. Also, by the way, for those who are a little bit interested in how to get better with this stuff, if you go into your offensive freelances in the offensive settings, you're going to be able to find this Bucks 2018. That is how you set it up. You hit right on your D-pad, you hit right bumper to go to your freelances, and then you hit the Bucks 2018. This will set you up in 5 out off rip, as you can see. Sometimes you'll have your big on the wing, sometimes you won't, but either way, it's stuff that I can just generate random offense in. However, as you can see, off ball, after the pass, swinging it to Myles Turner, I get a charge with James Harden, and then Curry with the walk back, I get in his face. He is still hitting that 13% in all. So as you can see, it is a handful to guard Curry in this league. With all the slider changes I did, he's the one outlier of this stuff. Like, we have people like Trae Young with 84 three-pointer and, you know, like gold shooting badges here and there, but people like James Harden have like Silver Agent 3, etc., etc. It's not like the typical, you know, my career, my player builder stuff you're going to see where people have 92 plus three-pointer all over the place. The second highest three-pointer in the whole NBA is like 92 three-pointer. But as you can see, once again, hitting another contested three in the corner with Bridges. This is going to be tough, man. As you can see, Bonnie is coming out here sniping, like absolutely on his stuff with the shooting. I'm passing it to Myles Turner on the wing. I don't even get that to go wide open. So we're out to a pretty tough start right here. We're already down by 8. Curry's hit another walk back into the corner. I get a jump and thankfully make him miss on that one. Like I said, though, at the end of the day, it really comes down to it sometimes isn't even about me making a miss. It's more like, does Bonnie just miss, period? Because while 6% contests are pretty good in like the My Player Builder stuff, it's still not exactly the greatest in this league, to be real with you guys. So I try and hit that little hard and moving cross. Bonnie jumps out at me with Taco Fall because obviously Myles Turner can shoot. It's just I haven't really been shooting the greatest in the game so far. 0 for 1, 0 for 2, whatever the case may be. But as you can see, we're sending early double teams to Curry. I'm going to be sending a double at him again with Myles Turner. I'm going to play every time that I send a double and I end up just having it be Myles Turner, I'm going to switch over to Poku, my power forward, and send the help from him. As you can see, playing good defense, getting walled up in the paint right there with the paint mash, and then we're also able to contest Curry again, route and transition a little bit. Nothing doing though, so we're going to go ahead and just set up all over again. But as you see, Myles Turner trailing into the wing. We get that one to go, cut the lead down to 3 already. So a couple three-pointers made, a couple just good stops and stuff like that. We're looking good. Now, we're setting up in half-court defense. Again, this is how I like it though. Obviously, we don't like that full-court transition D stuff where Curry can just front fade and pull up in transition all over the place. Right here, Obi topping with the ball. He is a problem with the dunk meter too. Keep that in mind. I mean, his jump shot may be bad. Yes, I can like help off Obi, obviously, toward Curry. But at the end of the day, if I'm going to help off Obi a ridiculous amount and there's nobody there to wall him up in the paint, then that's going to be a problem. We're not going to have anything to stop him with. Right there, I try and set up Poku with the pick and pop, but I hit the bumper a little bit late, so I don't really get the pop to go. It was like a pick and roll. Right here, we're going to drive and try and bait him into dropping with Taco. I hit Poku at the top of the key. Missed that, however. Unfortunate misses early. I mean, I obviously can't afford to just miss wide open shots if Bonnie's going to be coming out here hitting yellows and reds and stuff like that and, you know, just making all that stuff work. So once again, this is another thing that I want to talk about too. Not only did I make the shot defense impact like a little bit worse, but not to mention the gather and the release, but on top of that is not switching on as a user. If you guys have seen in rec, I'm sure you guys have seen like the hop backs and stuff like that. It's how you beat CPUs in the rec. Easy, right? With the LeBron hop. However, in this right here, it works the exact same way, where if you're not switching on and it's a CPU contesting, you're not going to get a good contest. You have to be really skilled with this stuff in this league, where you like press A and click on and make sure that you get a hand up yourself and actually, like, you know, be a user that's actually contesting someone. Right here, you can see Zach going in transition. We get a nice little Euro on Obi topping right there. So we're able to kind of cut into that deficit again. But again, just wanted to keep you guys in mind as far as like, I want you guys to understand how these sliders work, how the Myleague works. You have to be clicked on to get a contest with this stuff. So that's why if you do see off-ball defense, don't sit here and think it's some absolute like bailout stuff that just is like rewarding you for not playing any D. You absolutely will get killed all day in this league if you play pure off-ball D. You have to do a lot of clicking on, clicking off, and as you can see, I'm still getting killed on ball though. Getting crabbed by Curry right there. Thankfully, he misses. We're out in transition a little bit with OG. I don't really have much of a look at a basket right here though, so we're going to slow it down. I low-key could have attacked Curry a little bit, but at the end of the day, Myles Turner, if I'm posting up sometimes, kind of just follows me down in with. Right there, I hit the wrong icon on accident, so we got Poku swinging it over to Myles Turner, and again, we got Turner banging down another 3. So the more we can get these 3s with Myles Turner to go, the more he gets that rim take, which is pretty cool, pretty nice. It's going to stop Taco entirely from mashing. But on top of that too, it's going to be really big for the fact that he has to stay at home with Taco, which means then I get to punish his low defensive players. He doesn't have much defensive badges out here to be with you guys. Right here, he fades to the corner. I get a really good contest. We're able to wall up on Bridges a little bit here, but as you can see, he still shrugs past me. We're able to just make him miss. I don't know if it was the rim take. I don't know if it was just the fact that he didn't time it. Obviously he's not making a late or anything like that on the dunk meter. So right there, you can see I jump out with Myles Turner. We get Harden to wall up pretty good. I'm not sure why Bonnie even turned that one down, and he ends up missing an open 3. But as you can see, we're in a little bit of a scramble mode, and then we end up with Obi wide open on the wing. He doesn't want that. You can see I switch on to that one, and that's what I'm talking about. In this league, if you have really good shooters and stuff like that all over the court, you can really just tap the passes around, and you're able to end up just getting an open 3 sometimes, even shooting in the CPU's face. So you have to be on alert on defense in this league. You have to really be ready to switch on to everything on those catch and shoots and stuff like that. So as you can see, coming out defensively again, we're trying to wall up, stop Curry from getting anything right there. He gets another good crab, and he's able to just get that good shot opportunity, but he ends up missing it. So 18-18 going into the second quarter. We're looking good. Harden fading to the wing. Missed that, unfortunately. Again, we're missing a lot of open 3-pointers, and it really sucks to be doing that. Fortunately, we get all our matchups, though, in transitions. We got OG on Curry still. We got Turner on Taco. And, I mean, you can see we're sending the doubles off of Obi. And you can see I bait him a little bit late. We get the box out a little bit. But Taco, big body, just bumping and stuff like that. Jostling the ball free. Not cool. Not cool at all. But you can see I'm going to ice away that screen a little bit. I'm going to take away his right to push him away from the screen. And obviously, with Curry, the more you're going to dribble, the more tired you're going to be. And it's going to be a little tougher to shoot when you're tired, just in general. However, you can see he walks me down again for another crab. And I know that Bonnie's going to be attacking like this. I've played him against him already in the reg season, like I said. So I know that he's going to be attacking with those crabs. He does it a lot. It's just kind of a staple in his game. I would say with Bonnie, he's a little bit more vertical up and down with his Curry dribbling. Whereas AK, in his style of pick and roll, is a whole lot more sideways, like using the screens and long running off the screens with Trae Young. Because obviously, with Trae, you have the dribble pull-up that you would like. With Curry, it's a lot more about his jump shot based, about his just like, you know, 3-point rating in general. You can still fade with Curry, but again, it's more about the standstill shooting when it comes to him. So that's why Bonnie's a little bit more up and down kind of attack and like crab style and like the hopbacks and walkbacks and stuff like that. Whereas AK is a lot more of the sense of like the sideways long runs off the pick and rolls. Anyway, as you can see, Myles Turner, I get another 3-point opportunity with him, but Taco's kind of out there on the contest. Don't get that to go, but thankfully right there, as you can see, I'm really like ready for the hedge. I played really high on Curry, and he's going to be able to crab me, so I switched on to Myles Turner, got a good jump to him. Right there, I'm trying to switch to Tari Eason, and we don't get that to go either. He is crabaholic in my stuff, and he's able to just get a lot of good opportunities at these shots right now. Thankfully, he's missing a couple of them, but obviously he made that last one right there, so unfortunate. We're going to walk Curry down, though, with Tari Eason. I'm going to go to the hoop with him, and we're going to have to make Taco truly show that he's going to help right there. No pick and roll stuff or anything. We're just going pure ISO, post up on Curry, making him work. As you can see, we end up with a little bit of a scramble drill on defense. We get him to turn the ball over. We're looking good right now. We're bringing it back, getting it to a tie game. I'm giving Harden some rest minutes right here. We got the Larry Nance and Zach LaVine duo right here. The both lob-catching demons coming out together. And Larry is a really underrated player off the bench for me. I got him in a trade with AK. I gave him a big man that he now runs, Jakob Poeltl. It's like his kind of like split between his starter center. He just runs 2 centers essentially. But it was a win-win. I'm a bit of a 5-out style, and Jakob's up here inside. And then obviously with Larry Nance, he's actually a really good shooter, believe it or not. His jump shot's really good and has a really good 3-point rating. Zach going to the hoop, dunk meter. That's also one thing Larry Nance is going to be good for too, is the dunk meter, the contact alley-oops I already just showed you. So he actually has MJ dribble style as well. He's such a good player, and he's just a very underrated part of my team off that bench. Right there, once again, I am getting crabbed by Curry. I mean, I'm trying to run out contested 3. He obviously got that to go. I mean, look at this, bro. Even with the sim games, he's still averaging 33 points per game with Curry. That's insane, bro. In a 6-minute quarter game, like, that he's still subbing him for some plays, too. That's crazy. Tari Eason coming out here. I go with the Zach LaVine pick and roll. I get the little, like, look at the catch and like, going to the dunk meter, but I don't really go for that. I'm trying to create a little bit with Zach. There's not much going, but blinking red on Taco's head. and boom, we get that to go. Green on the dunk meter. That is a tough dunk to make too, bro. I'm telling you guys, you might look at this dunk meter stuff as really corny, but that's impossible to make to some extent. Like, that blinking red stuff is not friendly to the dunk meter at all. And to green it nonetheless over a 7'6" dude, that is crazy. Now, I left this in the game right here. I didn't cut it out or anything because, as you can see, I wanted to show that Bonnie has made some subs now. He ended up going to a whole bench unit, like all 5 people on the bench unit. So this is our time to capitalize. I play my rotation style a lot more than Bonnie does. Bonnie goes like a pure sub, 5 guys in, 5 guys out type stuff. Whereas for me, I kind of sub 1 or 2 guys at a time, and I just play a little bit more rotation style. Right here, Myles Turner popping to the top of the key again. We missed that again, unfortunately. We really got to get that stuff going with Turner because obviously, like I just said, we have to make Bonnie respect those threes to Turner. He's going to have his centers on him generally, and in the 5-out offense, I need to be able to shoot with my bigs. Right there, sagging off a little bit. Thankfully, he misses. Again, it's just kind of Joe Schmo randoms coming out there on the court for him sometimes. Right here, you can see OG. OG is getting a little bit tired, though. Like, this is getting kind of tough. As far as stamina goes, I'm like, maybe I got to take him out. Maybe I got to give him a sub. So I end up going Larry Nance at the 3 and Tari Eason at the 2. Thankfully, I'm able to sync that out with Bonnie's minutes a little bit. So I want to get OG out of the game while Curry is out of the game as well, because that's just going to be my matchup for him. Again, that's the whole title of the video, the Curry stopper, right? So now Tari Eason is my best defender. So I ended up wanting to put him on the point guard and Reeves, but as you can see, Bradley Beal's at the shooting guard. So I'm like, okay, we'll switch it back. Unfortunately, you can see Bradley Beal's even hit me with the walkbacks, and he gets a contest right there. I throw a complete Stevie Wonder straight at his head right there, but thankfully, we were able to get it back off the bounce, right off his head, and I'm just glad to have got the ball back off that because that could have been bad. But anyway, going to the Bam pick and rolls. I know a lot of you guys are probably wondering why didn't I play Bam more in this game. Bam is very situational. There's a reason I got him for cheap off Joey. I just gave him Anthony Simons and Zach Collins to get like Bam straight up off that. So as far as like why I don't play him very much, if I don't have a matchup or a reason for Bam to be in the game, like a Giannis Antetokounmpo or like a you know, at least a Ja Morant, something like that, someone who's a driving superstar. If there's no reason for him to be in the game like that, I'm not going to play him very much because obviously he's a little bit of a spacing issue. I will say his speed in the pick and rolls can be nice. It's just he's not much of an offensive rebounder. He's not much of a masher or anything like that. I throw another Stevie straight at him. Bonnie's playing really good lanes and like doing really well to play the game, obviously. But as you can see, Larry playing in those lanes. He's got really good interceptor. He's got really good steal rating. And also, I know I've talked about this a little bit, but he's got really good lane tendency as well, which is really a nice thing too. So going to the Nance pick and roll right there. I fade to the top with Harden and we get that 3 to go. Taking a nice lead. I'm going for the lane with Larry. Don't get that to go. But again, he's got the bench unit in. Reeves is not him as far as like the Curry effect. I mean, I love Reeves. He's one of my favorite players and stuff. But obviously he's not Steph Curry when it comes to 2K. They really kill Reeves in this game too. He has 0 badges entirely. It's a crazy thing. But anyway, as far as the subs, I'm getting OG back in the game. We're trying to match the Curry minutes like I just said, obviously. So got his arrow back on him. You can see he gets a nice cut from Toppin right there, and he gets the dunk to go on Harden. Like I said, Bonnie went with a big body squad right here surrounding Curry. So between Bridges and Kenyon Martin Jr. and obviously like, you know, Obi Toppin and stuff, he's got a really good size that's gonna be able to match my team and just give me problems for people like Harden or Levine when they get caught like guarding someone that they probably shouldn't be guarding, right? But that's the whole point. That's why I'm gonna be playing that double team defense because obviously I need to do stuff like this. Trap in transition. We want to do that all day as well. I'll consider trapping even again like that as well because as you can see I can just switch off, play the 2-on-1 off the corner that they just like sent the help from. If the help ever comes from Myles Turner, again I'll just switch on to Poku because you can't really predict where the help's going to come from when you hold your left bumper. Unfortunately, they kind of just randomly send it, so you have to read and react. Curry there though, getting an 8% on some crazy stuff. I really thought that was going to be a pretty good contest. We're spamming the Myles Turner pick and pop. We got to get this to go. We finally get it to go again right there for the 3rd 3-pointer out of him. And you know, it is what it is. We're able to get a pretty good like a rate of 3-pointer from him. It's just I'm not going to be able to hit them all, you know. Right there, Curry with the walk back, killing me on the screen from Taco. We get another 7% contest, but not good enough, obviously. So Curry with 19 right here at almost like, you know, the end of the first half, a little bit into the 3rd quarter. So I'm not doing a great job defending him or anything like that. Right there, I try and dot Poku. He's not open. Myles Turner was open in the corner, but he ends up moving around. So just want to unlock a little aspect of my offense right here. I'm thinking, we're late in the clock. I don't know how I feel about it, but Myles Turner post up. Let's try it. And boom, we get that drop step to go with him straight on Taco's head. And we just animate him, right? So while he may be a big body, and he's a really good defender and stuff like that as far as his height and size goes, we can do some stuff as far as dealing with him in the paint and actually attacking him because of his lack of technique in the post, so to say. So I want to attack Taco. At the end of the day, he has a 71 overall. So right there, I'm once again going down to the paint with Myles Turner. We're not going to do anything with him just yet. I'm going to be a little bit more patient with that. Harden with the escape right there. I'm trying to bait Bonnie to jumping on, like, to the on-ball defense. I thought he was going to jump out to me again, so instead, we're once again going to that paint attack with Myles Turner, get him to jump a couple of times, and mash him out with the 6'11 on the 7'6. Right there, I'm trying to play the lane with Myles Turner. We're low-key in that, and this is where Turner's starting to turn up a little bit in this game. I know, pun intended, right? But Curry, once again, front-fading me. I'm low-key giving that up, man. I'm not going to lie. That's still open, and obviously, it's hard to time those shots entirely, right? And as you can see, this is me trying to bait Bonnie to guard up again. Like, doing this move is my off-ball beater again. Like as far as that, Curry has the really good hop back that LeBron has, and to reference the LeBron hop back that you guys would see in Rec, obviously it's stuff like this. Like, this is my CPU beater. So while I did this on the last play and he didn't switch on, and I wanted to do it to bait him to switch on because then I can get a rim run off of that. This time he actually did switch on, but thankfully I just created enough space with Harden. 8%, knocked that down, and obviously, you know, the Silver Agent 3, like I just said earlier in this video, it's kind of tough to work with when you compare it to like Curry having 99.3 in Hoff Agent as opposed to Harden having like 85 in Silver Agent. I've seen worse three-pointer though, that's for sure. Obviously Harden is like pretty decent as far as the three goes. 85 is pretty solid as far as like the Myleague standards. But anyway, going to the OG Anunoby, pick and pop, pick and roll. I try and dot Myles Turner right there, but I then just like end up getting laned. Right here we got Harden on Curry, so we're gonna definitely be sending some double team and some help. And fortunately, I just get a random jump with Myles Turner. We get that to go. Dropping nuts on the fast break, boom. Zach LaVine filling in the paint, so I'm like, hey, I gotta stop and pop with Harden, and we get it to go. So OG with 0 points right now. Like, I mean, he's not doing a whole lot, but watch him turn up on defense a little bit here. You can see we get a nice contest right there, 29%. That goes a long way. We're out in transition a little bit. We got OG in the corner. Now, we end up not having anything to do with that offense right there, so we're just going to call a timeout, reset. Now, Harden is getting a little bit low on stamina. I just had Zach in at the shooting guard with him, and obviously Harden was at the point. But now we're going to sub the lineup a little bit. This is where I think Nance complements my team pretty well at the 4, where he's going to be able to produce some good offense. I got 2 shooters on the wing, really good, between Tari Eason and OG. And then I obviously need my outside center when I'm playing with Zach. I can't play Bam together with Zach that often. It's not very doable. And the more I can do that, the more I can do that double Zach and Nance, like pick and roll kind of lob spam, so to say. So you're going to see we just come out there with this lineup right here. We're going to be able to just kind of generate some offense with this, but as you can see, Zach's finding his way to the corner. I don't like when this stuff happens because obviously he's someone I need for this stuff. So we end up baiting the pick and roll again, but Myles Turner, I just am tweaking on that jump shot. But look at Zach, bro. Boarding over Taco Fall. We got Taco in the ISO now, and you know, I can bait the jump shots a little bit if I want, but hey, at the end of the day, Zach and the rack attack just goes so hard together. And you know, as long as I get the contact dunks, I like his animations. If I don't get the contact dunks, I hate his animations because Mr. 360 Windmills dunk contest loves to just spam some really stupid dunks. Anyway, you can see I'm playing that side-to-side stuff. I'm walling up with Myles Turner. We get a pretty tough foul right there, so to say, but again, that defense, you can see me adjusting a little bit. We're playing that side to side, like backing up a little bit, baiting Curry into those hop back threes. That's what I need to see, because as far as the crabs go, I can't see as much of those. And again, Taco Fall, kind of a tough like free throw set, and you know, tough free throw rating. And obviously the animations, not to mention, I kind of did a little bit of comp stuff too. In this Myleague stuff, you can shake the camera as well, right? So I ended up like hitting my LT and RT at the last second to kind of mess with him, and it ends up working a little bit. He was saying that it was kind of bugging him in the game, but anyway, I end up going to the rim. I get a horrible foul call right there for Zach, and you know, we get both free throws to go, but Curry walking it back into the corner again, gets it to go straight in his face, like always. I mean, it's just tough, man. Bonnie trying to set that charge wall right there. I call Zach on the cut. I should look to shoot that with Myles Turner. It's the same thing as Pro-Am. When you send the cuts, you got to look to your threes while you cut. And obviously, it's just multitasking stuff. I'm not really equipped for it, so it is what it is. Right there, I get a switch on accident. I don't even mean to do that, but Myles Turner ends up contesting it really good. I ended up trying to stay out with OG. He low-key had Taco Fall in the paint right there, but I ended up switching on to Poku to try and deal with that. Right here, we got a little bit of a size mismatch, but I don't know what the heck I'm doing with this post-up call. I ended up trying to ISO with Poku right here. I hit a hop jumper opportunity, but I'm like, no, let me chill. Let me get this to Zach, and as you can see, boom, going to the hoop, and he bangs on him with the slow contact dunk. Again, that's a hard dunk to make. We also get OG some free takeover right there and hurt tacos. So I know some people don't think that's a big deal. That's why I like to inbound the ball for free and not really chuck that like stupid stuff at the end of clocks very often, because that stuff hurts. It hurts tacos takeover, and it gives OG some takeover as well, and that goes a long way for sure. So again, getting back into the defense right here. We're playing a lot of trap on Curry. We're forcing him to move the ball around a lot. And as you can see, Myles Turner ends up on Curry, though. I was hoping he wouldn't notice that. It's tucked away in the corner. Myles Turner getting backwards faded to the top. I try and get the jump right there, even with Harden boxing out Taco Fall. Obviously, it was a tough matchup. So nothing doing right there, and unfortunately Curry once again going for 24, in the game. That's not a lot by his measure and his standards, to be honest with you guys, especially for the amount of shots he's taken too. But Harden once again hitting that little, this is what I like about his combo, right? I'm gonna show you guys this right here. So this right here is his moving crossover. This is how he attacks. It's like the Russell Westbrook for me. So you can see if I flick up and then back down on a down diagonal on the right stick, back to the hand I was just on, it creates this good space on CPUs, and as you can see, he has to switch on. It's what I was talking about earlier. And the perk to that is he was guarding off ball with Taco ready to drop and force me to shoot with Myles Turner. But the thing is, if I force him to guard on ball, that means he can't be the dropper with Taco anymore. As you can see, he just switches on and he's late. So that's the bait factor of the offense that I run. If I do enough baiting of the three-pointers on the CPUs to shoot over them, I'll be able to bait him into switching off of Taco, and he can't drop and help as much. So it's all mind games. As you can see, I'm trying to play that zigzag stuff right here, but he just gets another crab opportunity. I fight for the box with Myles Turner, though, and that's why we're worried about that a little bit more, right? I'm trying to make sure I get the box, and if he misses it at the end of the day, that's what we want. Now, right here, unfortunate timing on the mash. I just ended up not thinking he was going to be in such good then bad position. I try and jump with OG in transition. I foul Curry, and he makes all three free throws for that matter, and he cuts the deficit back down to 10 for himself with 4 minutes left. So he has a little bit of a chance here still, obviously. I go to the Zach pick and roll. You can see Taco's trying to drop off the corner, but there is not much you can do with Zach going to the hoop, man. Gold aerial wizard plus 95 driving dunk. I might as well make it a video. It might as well be his own special vid, because I tell you what, bro, Zach really comes out here and dominates sometimes. It's a little bit streaky. It's hard to get him involved at all times because his dribble style is kind of tough. Right here you can see Bonnie is once again playing off-ball D and helping off of Myles Turner, and we get Myles Turner the shot right there. So Myles Turner with 18 points and 9 rebounds right now. I get the second jump with Harden right there because I jump with OG. We get that to go. Myles Turner up to 10 boards now and 18 points. We got obviously Harden with 17. We got Zach with 18. Those three are going hard right now. And again, I could sit here and hold out for the shots with Zach, but I try and go to the hoop. Don't get it, unfortunately. I get a hop jumper, but at this point, we've created a good enough lead. I think we're looking pretty good for the sake of this game, right? So I'm going to be playing the off-ball D still. I'm trying to make sure that we don't get Taco shots. Now, right here, I'm going to have to drop with Myles Turner. I get the switch on with Harden, so we get a good ghost contest. It's enough, obviously, not getting a hand up. Once again, I try and get the jump. Harden, another, solid ghost contest after the jump. And, hey, he's playing pretty good defense for that matter, too. Zach with the moving crossover, nothing going right there, but Poku, watch this man Poku just dominate the O-boards in this spot. So I end up open with Zach on the three-point line. I need to keep his jump shot in mind. It's a lot slower than I give it credit for, honestly, but as you can see, Poku with another great offensive rebound. I'm going to go to Zach again in the pick and roll. Nothing doing right here. I'm like, hey, I'm wide open, but I'm tired, so let's go back to Zach and dunk meter. And as you can see, my boy going for 20 right here. And Zach has been killing it efficiency-wise on the dunk meter in this game. So again, he's trying to get some quick shots with Curry, obviously. Curry goes cold. This is about it for him. I go to the hoop again with Zach, and boom! Put the cap on the game. Go up by 19 with 2:20 left in the game. That is all she wrote. So I'm just going to show you guys a couple of plays at the end of the game with Harden. I get the little front fade right there to go. And I'm going to be on the pick and roll with Zach. I fade to the right wing again with Harden, get him to 22 and 10 on 4 for 9 from 3. Not exactly great efficiency from 3 for me right here. Obviously, Poku 0 for 3 again. We can't have that. And Myles Turner, I mean, these three really went crazy for me. Myles with 18 and 12. We had Zach with 22 on great efficiency. We had James Harden with 22 and 10 on not greatest efficiency, but obviously I need to run my offense through him a little bit, so it's understandable. Curry, 35. I do understand. He went for 35, yeah, but it was 36 shot attempts for it. And I know it was only one turnover as well with all the trapping I was doing on him, but it is what it is. I mean, we contained Taco as well, 8 and 12. It's not a big deal. As far as the spot ups go, Bradley Beal only played 3 minutes in this game. I mean, as you can see, he probably more so wants to surround Curry, like I said, with those dunk meter fiends, where it's like going to be a little bit more of a threat off ball, like as far as a scoring potential. Bradley Beal's jump shot, while, you know, he's a good player and stuff, I think Bonnie ended up getting catfished a little bit by the animations, and that's the struggle that we are going to have in our first year of doing this stuff. If you don't look into the animations enough, if you don't really study up and stuff like that, you're obviously going to get it with some BS as far as the animations go. Thankfully, I took a good look into a lot of the animations, made sure a lot of my good people had good jump shots and stuff that I drafted or anybody I traded for as well. So, going into the game 2, Curry, once again, nice escape, but I get a really good contest right there with OG. A really unexpected contest, I will say. Once again, setting up that 5 out. We're going into the offensive set right here. We're going to go attack Curry a little bit, but as you can see, I'm doing it more so to try and dot for Myles Turner. Now, again, I ended up scoring about 20 points of Myles, so while I didn't shoot the greatest with him, I think it was like 4 for 9, right? It is still something, and Bonnie still has to pay his respect and attention to it. So we get a pretty good bait on the jump shot right there, and we end up going into the paint, getting a 2. Right here, you can see playing really good defense, fighting through that screen with OG, still staying underneath, making sure I don't get crabbed, but as you can see, I still get crabbed again. He makes a really good bailout pass as I switch on and try and jump with Myles Turner, and then I drop with Poku as well, but Taco getting a really nasty and 1. However, you can see, once again, not a good free throw shooter at all. So we get that to miss, and, you know, thankfully it's just 2 points. So, once again, going back into our offense, we're calling for that Zach pick and roll now. I'm going to be trying to just get downhill with it. You can see I hit a little couple of escapes. We had that little snatch back. Getting a long run, nothing doing right here, though, so we're going back to Zach with the offense. Get a really good access to the dunk meter, and boom, Zach is back at it again already. And I tell you what, man, he's been hooping in these playoffs as well. He's playing pretty good in Zeke, too, and, I mean, honestly, like, I've only had a couple of bad games with Levine, and that's what's really tainted my view on him a little bit. As you can see, though, Curry hitting the hop back, hitting the red three-pointer. It's just tough, man. He's got a ridiculous rating with it, and that's 2 times, like, so far coming out the gate in the game. Curry is going crazy, just with no takeover built up or anything. Zach, though, once again, beautiful layup animation. I've already said it in almost every video we've made in this like series so far, but I mean, those two between Harden and Zach have the 2 best layup packages in the game, and if you ask me, as far as transitioning into Euro dunks and stuff. Right here, you can see I get a little bit off my spot with the OG, so I'm like, okay, I'm gonna switch on to Harden. He's already in the right spot, so boom, I get a hand up as Curry just fades to the middle. And again, another contested 3 coming out the gate. It's so tough to deal with, man. Like, this is so frustrating in the aspect of like trying to win a game, and you have to deal with like the dude hitting pure yellows and reds everywhere. So right here we get a switch. I'm like, we could go to, you know, we could go to Harden, we could go to Poku, so I'm just gonna go to Poku instead. I hit him with a little bit of a drop step right here on their quote-unquote mismatch, so I get a little bit of a BS shot to go right there too. But at the end of the day, that's what you get with the switch everything. I also had like Harden with Taco on him, so I could have attacked that a little bit too. Right here, he's once again trying to walk back to the corner. We get a really good lane right there as he tries to just dump it down to Taco. But right here, I have nobody coming to me right here. Like, this is so bad. Myles Turner has the ball, and both my like guards just want to spot up. And then I call for the screen from Harden. This is what I typically do. Typically, if you call for a screen, it's going to send him back up here with you. But because Taco was playing so far down, this just ended up like bad. Like, Harden's trying to screen Taco in the paint instead of coming to me and getting the ball. So unfortunately, I have to call a timeout right there, but it is what it is. It's not really that big a deal. Right here, we're going to be calling for that Myles Turner screen. We're trying to get Taco out the paint, so I hit a little bit of a 6 size up. He gets to the screen really good, though. I'm able to do a little bit of an escape to kind of just bait the defense in general. Like, I guess it got him moving a little bit with Taco, so it's all good at that point. I'm leaving the off balls open a tad bit. You know, this is the typical, like, Lakers versus Warriors stuff. Like, I'm sending so much attention to Curry and just letting everybody else shoot as far as the role players go. And, you know, at the end of the day, if you can't shoot with the role players the greatest, I'm going to be okay with those shots, even wide open. I play a little bit of a lane right there with Myles Turner. Don't get that to go, but Myles Turner is banging it out in the paint right now. This is a good Myles series right here. I don't typically score as much with Turner. Right here, again, Curry hitting that like escape to the right, and boy, oh boy, are we in for one right now. I mean, Curry's already got 9, 3 for 4 right now. Like, he's thriving as we speak, and obviously the more he gets going, the more his sharp take is going to get boosted up as well. Myles Turner out there on the wing, I missed that once again, and oh man, obviously this is how games start turning. And as you can see in transition, we end up with Harden on Curry. We don't want that either. Thankfully, he misses the open shot, and we're able to just get the ball to Zach. Now, when Levine has the ball, and maybe I want to attack something with like Harden and who's on him and stuff like that, I'll call for a Harden pick and pop, and we get that just kind of some movement between them, right? Now, that was a tough lane right there. He didn't get it to go. I go with the Euro right there. Taco dropping off the corner, and again, I don't switch to Myles Turner or, dot Myles Turner. Curry in transition, he gets the layup to go. He takes the 1-point lead, and he's on a good run in this quarter. So I'm thinking let's give Zach a little bit of an early rest, like in this moment. But honestly, with the timeouts that I've called, considering it's 2 of them, and it's only like 4 minutes gone in the first quarter, I low-key don't even need to sub either of them. It's 92 and 89 on the stamina, so we're going to keep them both in and keep stuff going with this. So we're okay with this. I'll probably end up with a little bit of an early sub for one of the 2 guards somewhere in this quarter, but as of now, we're keeping them both in. So Harden, once again, going a little ISO style. We're going to try and just bait this drop from Myles Turner right here, but thankfully, he ends up just, staying on, and obviously, like, the on-ball D wasn't exactly the greatest from the CPU either, so we get a nice little rim run with Harden, and that's the stuff they'll get in the 5-out offense, obviously. So anyway, I'm playing a little bit of off-ball D with OG, but I switch on. I try and get a solid contest on the fade right there. I think that was good enough, 19, and obviously it's a little bit deep, so we're cool with that. Curry trying to set a little bit of a charge wall. We're ended up just kind of hitting a little escape right there, or just a solid little dribble move. I'm trying to make Curry pay for the off-ball D, but as you can see right here, once again, trying to play some on-ball, and that is going to be tough with Curry on Harden. I mean, it's a tough matchup. I ended up getting in transition, or just, like random movement and stuff like that too, so really fortunate for me. Now, I'm going to be trying to duck under these screens a little bit, but there's not much you can do about it, because obviously if you go under too much, Curry's going to hit you with either those walkbacks or fades from the top. So it's a lot of just mind games you have to play between this stuff, because you have to go over sometimes, you have to go under sometimes, and you can't switch everything, because obviously Taco Fall, for anybody that's guarding, like, Curry, is not going to be exactly easy. Right here, though, speaking of switch everything, and that's exactly what I'm talking about, it's hard for this guy right here to guard Poku in the post-up, so he's going to have to play the off-ball D with Taco, and obviously that means you're playing off-ball D off of Harden. So it's not exactly easy to do stuff like that and switch everything. That's why you don't really see small guards in the NBA excelling on defense. That's why you don't really see Taco Fall excelling on defense in the NBA either. The taller and slower you are, or the shorter and just worse interior defense you have, the tougher it is for you to be a switch everything player. That's why you see a lot of teams like the Heat and the Celtics coming out here and just playing a bunch of 6'7" to 6'10" wings in forwards and stuff like that. So anyway, he gets the dunk meter to go right there. But speaking of contact dunks, we have Zach once again just pounding it in the paint right there, just going crazy. I'm going to wall off that screen a little bit, play a little bit of a double team. You can see I switched to Poku, but Taco Fall going crazy on the dunk. So we have a very offensive first quarter again right here. I'm going to the paint. We should have bailed out again to Poku, but I just don't get the icon in time. And speaking of what I should have done, I should have held the last shot, because as you can see, Curry with the walk back 3, limitless, bang. And what a horrible, horrible sequence for me right there. No reason I shouldn't have just held for the last shot. I just kind of got out of my own mind right there. But anyway, coming back with the 5-out. I'm hitting a little bit of the escape. We're baiting that Taco defense, but boy, oh boy, am I shooting really bad. Anyway, Harden gets a snag on the rebound, just like Levine did earlier. I'm going with a little bit of the ISO, but again, my stamina's not looking the greatest. I hit that escape. We're baiting some defense, some drop from Taco, and I am prepared this time. There's only so many jump shots you can give the exact same person in a game, in a series, stuff like that. People will eventually get in a rhythm, and obviously with me, that's Myles Turner. I wasn't exactly shooting in a great rhythm, but the more shots I get with him, the better my, sequence is going to be with him. But playing off-ball D, I get caught for it, and as you can see, my CPU gets absolutely demolished on the crab with OG, and it's a tough situation. But while OG might be getting lit up a little bit in this, I gotta say, he's doing a pretty good job, like guarding Curry. Absolute Stevie for me, again, right there. I play a really good defense right there with Tari Eason in transition, getting the contest on Curry. Try and play a good lane right there, OG on him now, and as you can see, just guarding everything. We're playing that trap defense. We're in scramble mode with this stuff. I'm playing pretty good D still. We're walling up with Tari, but man, Tari's just too small, and that's the life of the Taco Fall, obviously. Like, that's almost like a whole foot difference. Not entirely, like it's about like 10 or 11 inches or so, but it's definitely a lot of height discrepancy. Anyway, speaking of height discrepancy, we get Myles Turner with a mismatch on him, and Taco once again just not quick enough into the drop and help, so we're able to get that to go. I'm playing early trap, and I'm playing like the guy that I'm trapping off of, and as you can see, it didn't exactly work for me right there. Not a great sequence, and we give up a free dunk. But Curry playing some bad defense right here. We're walking past everything, but man, Tari Eason and OG are kind of just getting in the way with stuff, so it's not exactly a great look. We got OG with Taco on him. I'm baiting with that Kobe moving crossover. I believe that's what it is. I got to show you guys this too, because a lot of people on my team have it, and it's a really good moving cross, man. So this right here, it's the same thing as the Westbrook. It's the same thing as what Harden does. But with Harden, it's harder to bait it because it's so fast. With this stuff, it's really lengthy and extended and stuff like that. So I can bait it like I would with a Westbrook. And as you can see, I'm able to snatch back into it. And we get the wide open three-pointer with Taco. And we're able to create on Taco in that ISO. So obviously his speed, perimeter D, and you know, all types of stuff like that. It's horrible. Now, right there, I'm once again lucky. And I just get a jump with Myles Turner. Unlucky right here, though. I got a horrible catch with Tari, and he's got a fast jump shot, too. So, not exactly prepared for that. I obviously was expecting his standstill. I'm playing a little bit of a double trap right there again, but CPU reach-in, obviously, a little bit of a tough look. I don't know why. I got like 3 CPU reach-ins in this series, where I just was playing for the double team and the trap, and they just want to send that thing right at Curry's hands. Right here, we're playing that trap inbound defense. I just get Curry to get a horrible catch, and we're able to bump it out of his hands, and it's off his leg, and boom, we get the ball back off that. Like a good defensive stop off complete fluke stuff. So Harden getting a little bit tired, and Levine back at 100 stamina, so we're going to end up just getting that switch with him, and we're putting Levine back in the game and Harden getting taken out of. So making Harden's last few minutes count right here, though. As you can see, we're getting a lot of the attention demanded off the Taco Fall right there. I get some really weird sequence right here, though. You're going to see, so that one right there, I already had a really good look. And right here, once again, I have a pretty good look. Taco Fall ends up on a jump, and I get Curry on me, and now he's just running out in the middle of nowhere with Taco. I'm looking like an idiot right now, but thankfully, it all works out. I get the shot to go. Myles Turner gets his takeover, and we're looking fine now. And man, that was horrible, though. That was really bad. Anyway, OG, speaking of bad, I'm playing bad defense, but we're able to recover. I'm playing the trap. We're in really good position as far as defense goes right there. You can see I got crabbed with Tari Easton, but OG's able to get the contest, and that's the guy we want to get it with as well. Once again, I'm throwing horrible pass, though. Like, it's been a tough series as far as like my efficiency and my cleanness on offense, but it is what it is. Bonnie's a good lane, like Hawk, lane demon, whatever you want to call it. And as you can see right here, we have Poku with Curry on him. That's a tough look right there. It's always going to be bad in that result. So right there, Curry with another bucket. We still have a 3-point lead, though. We're looking okay. We're looking fine. Right here, Harden getting kind of left open, but I'm getting low on stamina. So once again, we're not really trying to do that. Taco with a late jump, super lanky, like, and just gets the and one right there. Harden with a very fortunate standing dunk. I kind of get away with that. Now, as far as the matchup goes for this one, as you can see, we got Zach at the point guard, we got OG at the 3, and it's just what we wanted to and have to keep in. But here's the problem. I have played Myles Turner a lot right here, and I've also played Poku a lot. So there's no putting a true stretch 5 on the court anywhere. So this is the lineup I'm kind of stuck with right now. It's the only people in my rotation that actually have good energy left, because Harden is just absolutely done for right now. Obviously Poku looking tough, and then obviously Myles Turner too. So this is what we're going to have to roll with right here. And I'm just going to have to keep on playing OG for every minute that Curry's playing too, obviously. So we're going to have to deal with that. Fighting through the screen, I'm able to get a little bit of a jump right there, get a solid contest, and it's able to miss with a 7. So it's good enough. Now, Zach, once again, we're going to have to come out with him carrying. But as you can see, I am running up the court with my icons up. And Bonnie, in true typical Pro-Am lock / shooting guard / whatever the heck you want to call him fashion, is ready to blitz every single time. And that's embarrassing stuff too, so you got to really pay attention for that. Now, Larry Nance, he's got that crossover that I was talking about as well, and as you see, we're going with a little bit of ISO with him, and Larry with the dunk meter. I am not afraid of the Taco Fall. I gotta tell you what, Taco has some people shook in this league, like from IQ to Apollo and all that stuff. Like, he's gone crazy on those two, but I tell you what, between the reg season games and the playoffs, Myles Turner's got his number. Now, we're going back to that Zach and Nance pick and roll, and my God, are we going crazy with it. And thankfully, he doesn't drop off the corner super hard with Bam. An unspoken thing that people just know. I don't really want to shoot with Bam that often. Like, his jumper is kind of tough. Right here, we get him to get an offensive 3 second because I'm just hitting A-Y, A-Y, A-Y. I'm just switching on and going for the block. Now, right here, I end up with Bam on a really good matchup. I kill him on the post moves, but Nance kind of sells me, bro. Like, he should just be in the corner, but he ends up getting an offensive 3 second too with, like, Taco Fall guarding him. I mean, what the heck are we sitting in the paint for, Nance, if you got Taco Fall on you? I get a jump right there with OG. We're able to get back in good guarding position. I'm walling up, trying to make sure he doesn't get that crab, but as you can see, we send the double team. The cut coming, and OG is hawking the lane right there too. Zach in transition. We got Curry playing the hopeful 2-on-1 fast break D, but obviously we can just kind of throw it over his head, get the alley-oop to go to Tari, so Tari gets his first points as well. Right here, we're going to go to Levine. Nothing happening right here, but Tari grabbing a really clutch offensive rebound. So 8 seconds left right here. Tari's going a little bit of a back down, but we're trying to send Levine on the cut. Nothing happening. Trying to get a close shot mash, but still nothing to go. So take a 40 to 31 point lead at half. 9-point lead, obviously. So Going back to the Harden and Levine pick and roll though, coming into the half, obviously their stamina is going to both be pretty solid, so we're going with the Harden pick and pop right here, and then obviously I can't get anything to go with Levine, so that's what I was talking about. We get a couple little looks of just the random pick and pops with Harden, go into the hoop with him, get a nice little change up layup right there, get a nice like acrobat to go, and boom, we take another 11-point lead. Now Bradley Beal coming out here and crabbing me. He's trying to get a couple like minutes off the bench from people that aren't Curry, obviously, because he has to rest him at some point in time in the game. Interesting to do it out the half though. I guess at the end of the day, if he's played him the whole game so thus far, it's going to be kind of tough. Right here, he's trying to play that lane with Moses Brown, doesn't get it to go, and then obviously his four, I don't even know who the heck that is, to be honest with you guys. I think it's Franz Wagner, or like, no, it's Mo, because I know Dope has Franz. So tough right there. Obviously, you know, I don't play the lane on that with Myles Turner, but it's because I believe I can just wall up on defense pretty good, and I can, like, you know, not have to play the lane to play D, and that ends up being true. So while I am not as much of a lane hawk as most people in this league, I do still feel pretty good about just walling up and playing good interior defense. So anyway, Moses Brown grabbing that rebound. He's out in transition. I end up missing the wide open three with Harden in the, you know, the fade and stuff like that. Levine playing pretty good defense right here on Reeves. We're able to play some really good, solid stuff right there. I'm playing off-ball D because obviously, like, Moses was having Levine guard him, or it was Harden actually. And as you can see, once again, I'm just hitting A, spamming Y, hitting A, hitting Y, hitting A, hitting Y, because I do not want to get mashed. We don't want to give up any free points, and we are forcing shots. Right there, I end up forcing a freaking, like, crazy, like, alley-oop and stuff, but unfortunate, man. I throw another bad pass right there, and you know, and then Obi Toppin coming in here, throwing a dunk down straight on me. I play in the dead zone. It's like a horrible spot to be. That's bad guarding position, and you don't want to be there. But hey, as you can see, efficiency-wise, I may be looking bad on offense, but it is still 20 for 30, 67% from like the field goal. We got Poku on the drive right there on the kick out, and as you can see, we get the three knocked down with him. Got Harden guarding ball on Reeves, and you know, it's going to be a tough look for Bonnie playing the constant like Reeves PNR. Moses Brown once again trying to like play good mash, but I get a really good jump with Myles Turner right there. Get a foul. I'm actually pretty happy about that foul, even though once again I got another CPU foul. Right here I'm hawking lanes with Harden. Now this is where I had a little bit of an issue, right? So I wanted to take OG out the game because I'm like, oh man, I just low-key played OG when Curry wasn't even on the court. So as you can see, we have a little bit of an energy issue right now, but 82 is still going to be decent enough. So I just bring him back in the game. I get OG back on Curry, and obviously we just gave up a pretty tough three with Harden on him, but it is what it is. Anyway, Myles Turner back in the game too. We got Poku. We got Tari Eason playing at the 2. We got Harden out. So Levine back in, Harden out. It's a cycle you're going to see very often when I'm playing, right? So anyway, Levine has only 6 points. I will say that much. But we hit him with a little bit of a give and go right here. We're going to attack. I was thinking about dunk metering, but I go to Myles Turner instead in the corner, knock that down. Myles Turner has 16 points again and 6 rebounds. Mind you, the last game he had like 19 and like 12 as well. So back on defense. We're in a really crucial point of the game right now. I can close this out. I'm chasing Curry. He ends up long running back to the top. So you can see I go under the taco fall. Right there, he gets back in a really good guarding position again, even off the jump. 8 seconds left. I'm going to be icing him away from that screen, watching for these crabs right now. But as you can see, there's not much you can do about it. He hits a double crab move into the walk, like forward essentially. And there's not a lot you can do about that unless you just play very far back. So it is what it is. You got to deal with it sometimes. Myles Turner, a little bit of a pick and pop right there. I don't have much going with this, so you're gonna see I end up doing some real wild stuff. I hit taco fall with a screen. I put the little body in a contact dunk with Levine again, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how the heck that went in, to be with you guys. I don't really know, to be honest. I mean, it was a horrible time to meter. Right here you can see I'm playing Trapper on Curry, playing off ball, trying to send some help to Beal. Might have at least scared him a little bit out of the shot. And again, come back to Levine, pick and pop right here. Go with a little bit of a screen right there. I end up, unfortunately, you know, trying to hit the button to tell him to pop. Right there, I don't get the button to pop either. So I'm like, okay, bro. Let's just take him to the paint, bro. Why not? He's taco fall. Yeah, he's super tall, but hey, I mean, his paint D is really sweet. Like, his interior defense is not that great. His, you know, like, as far as, like, defending the mashes and stuff goes, too, not going to be great either. You can see Myles Turner, once again, I play a really good lane with him. Bonnie blitzes the, like, mess out of me right there, but we're able to go to a little Euro with Levine. He drops again, and Myles Turner, legacy series right now, 21.6 rebounds, and literally had 19 in the last game too. So he's averaging 20 already through this game. We still got another whole fourth quarter to go. However, unfortunately, you're going to see pretty soon in this gameplay right here, my Elgato in recording starts going really bad. So Curry gets a crab right there. We got a little bit more gameplay to still be able to show right here, but really unfortunate circumstances are upon us pretty soon as far as the video and stuff goes. So Myles Turner, we're going with the mash again. We're going back to Zach LaVine. We're going with a little bit of a triple threat ISO style. I'm going with a dunk meter attempt, but I don't get it to go. And as you can see, we get a little bit of a tough shot right there. And Curry once again in transition. We got Zach on him. I'm going to be trying to trap a little bit. Obviously, as you can see, if I have a bad defender on Curry, we're going to go for that trapper. It's just an obvious thing I'm going to be shooting for. So right here, once again, sending the double off Poku. We got Turner in the lanes, freeing up that little 2-on-1 right there. He's going to have to hit these shots, and he doesn't hit it. I grab the rebound with Myles Turner again, and as you can see, like, this is the whole recording. It just freezes up right here. This is bad. So as you guys can see, I have a 15-point lead going into the quarter right here. I don't have any way of proving this, but I mean, look at this like garbage right here, bro. Like, unfortunately, I can't show the ending of this series, but I do end up winning this by a very manageable like 16 or 17 points as well. Curry with another 36, but on 29 shot attempts. I don't even have an opportunity to show you guys my box score because this recording just got so screwed up, bro. Like, so entirely messed up. And in this moment, I didn't realize it was still running now that I had deleted my storage because I just ran out of storage space essentially on my Elgato. But anyway, I'll promise that is not a thing in the future, and I hope you guys did still enjoy the series because it's really unfortunate that it ended like that. But I'm thankful and happy that I at least got a lot of the footage from Game 2. I was thinking in that moment, I'm like, oh my god, I don't even have the Game 2 footage anymore, because when I went back and recorded it, I only had like 2 minutes of it. But come to find out, I was able to like look really deep into the file, and like there was little segments and stuff like that. I could put like 15 different little segments of that video and put it into this like, you know, my editing service, and boom, then I could like make it all into one straight gameplay, edit it down from there as far as what I want to show you guys, and thankfully it all works out. But anyway, here we are now, and as you guys can see, we are now in the conference finals with it. IQ ends up beating Kobe right here, 2-1, as you can see in the you know, best of 3. And then we have AK that beats Tonic in a best of 3. We have Dre who beats Nut in a best of 3. So I'm the only like semifinal that actually swept, pretty interestingly. So anyway, as for our matchups, we have Dre the 3 seed as the only upset of this entire playoff bracket so far. As you guys can see, like the 1 seed wins. Like if you look at the conference finals or the semifinals, it's 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3. 1 versus 4, 2 versus 3. And then as you can see, the only thing to change as far as like the upsets is a 3 beats a 2. So I don't know how my chances are as far as that goes by the logic of that, because every high seed has won so far. So I am now the first time underdog of this playoff series so far, of me being a 2 seed against IQ as the 1. So we are now caught up to date. By the way, I made it so these series are best of 5s. Let me know if you guys disagree with that though. I believe if I go to these settings right here, and I think potentially I could still change this. So I might ask the boys if they want to still cut this down to best of 3, because I'm not going to lie, making content out of a best of 5 might be really tedious and hard. Like at minimum it means 5 games or like 3 games, and at most it could be 5. So that's gonna be really hard to make content out of. I might just ask everybody if they're down to just cut these down to best of 3 again. So we'll see. I'll probably make that change, to be honest with you guys. But anyway, that is all for the video. I hope you all enjoyed. If you did, for to drop a like, sub if you're new, turn on noties, all that good stuff. And like always, try this one at about 600 or 700 likes. If you made it to the end of the video, put OG or put Turner in the comments to support my way through. Shout out to all the boys in this game for me in the starting lineup going crazy. Like between Harden having a solid game, Zach having some really good takeover like parts of the game, and then OG and Anunoby playing solid defense. We got Myles Turner, like legacy game right here as well. I mean, it was just a good game overall for my whole team. And anyway, that's all, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Me playing IQ, it's gonna be a tough one, man. But anyway, I'll catch you guys in that one. Other than that, take these, man. Peace.